Taking a minute to ground yourself in mountain pose, bringing the legs apart, putting your hands on your hips, arching the back, looking back, and folding forwards, putting your palms on the floor. If possible, lowering your head to the floor. You might need to bring your feet a little bit further apart. Taking a few breaths. Inhale, coming up. Moving straight into the next posture. So arching the back, looking up. Bending from the hips, keeping your hands on your hips this time. Feeling the weight of of gravity, pulling the torso towards the floor. Releasing your head and neck. Remembering to breathe. Feeling the abdomen. Expand on the inhale, contract on the exhale. Inhale, coming up. Sorry, just checking the video. Hands on your hips, legs out. Inhale, arching the spine, opening the chest, interlacing the fingers behind you. Exhale, coming forward, letting the hands come over the head, pulling the hands towards the floor, over your head, over the head and neck, and feeling the weight of gravity pulling the arms forward. Elongating the spine, pulling the arms to pull the torso up. Inhale, exhale, coming forward. Last one. Grasping each toe with the first two fingers and the thumb, pulling the torso down. Using the arms for leverage. Pull the torso down. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, back to center. Bringing the feet apart, looking forward, reverse prayer, arching the back. Inhale, exhale, folding forward from the hips, over that front leg. Finding your drishti, finding your gazing point. The weight will be on the inside of the back foot, outside of the front foot. Inhale, coming up, reverse the positioning, the body and the feet. Inhale, arching, exhale, folding forwards, over that front leg. Working on elongating the spine, using the breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Bringing the right foot up, grabbing the toe, and straightening the leg, finding your balance. If you need to use a wall for support or chair for support, and if you need to keep your knees bent, that's fine too. Remembering to breathe. Bringing the leg out to one side, and looking the opposite direction. And keeping your hand on your hip, the opposite hand, back to front. Releasing the leg, hands on hips. Keeping that leg up as long as you can. Breathing. And release. And taking the opposite leg, extending it out in front. Finding your gazing point, your drishti. 5 breaths. And out to the side. So if the foot's out to the left, looking over to the right. And back in front. And releasing the foot, keeping the leg extended in front of you. Hands on hips, really lifting through the front of the chest. And release. Bringing the right foot up into the groin area. Half Padmasana standing. And then coming forward over that leg and lowering your right hand if you don't have the hands bound. Keeping the left hand grasping the right foot. Inhale, coming up, release the leg. Inhale, putting the left foot into the right groin area. So either grasping the foot with the hand, or just grasping the arm, staying upright, or you can come down over that leg, forward bend. Inhale, up back to center. Inhale, reaching up, bending the legs, Utkatasana chair. Reaching upwards while keeping a bend in the legs, looking skyward. Coming down. And we're just going to transition to our last standing postures, or warriors. Bringing the the left foot forward, warrior one. 5 breaths here, reaching up, looking up, releasing the head back. Don't overextend the knee over the front ankle or foot. Keeping those hands up while we switch the positioning of the feet into the opposite direction. Exhale, release, opening the body. Arms to each side, imagining a middle line, stretching the arms out to each side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, opposite side, 5 breaths. Warrior two. Last standing posture. And lowering to the floor. Great job, guys. High plank, Tadasana. Upward dog or Mukha Svanasana, and down dog, jumping up if you want. Coming back onto our buttocks, feet extended in front, hands by the side, staff pose. 5 breaths, keeping that static contraction in the legs, toes pointing up, flexing the feet, pushing through the arms, extending the spine upwards. Inhale, lengthening up, looking up. Exhale, forward fold, grasping the big toe. Lengthening, extending, folding. And then we're going to bring the palms of the hands to the bottom of the feet. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, that's fine. Five breaths. Anangustasana. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you, fingers facing forwards. Raise the hips up, the feet will lower, front the foot will lower to the floor. Let the feet come out the side, splay out to the side. Stretching the front of the body, releasing your head and neck back. 5 breaths. Coming back to the floor. And sitting on our heels. If you can drop the buttocks down in between the heels, that's good. 5 breaths here. Thunderbolt, Vrikshasana pose. Vrikshasana. And then bringing the left foot out, extending the left foot in front. Keeping the right foot folded backwards, the right leg folded backwards. 5 breaths, folding forward. And staying aligned. That leg. Opposite side. Folding forward over that front leg. The left leg is bent alongside the body. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Inhale, bringing the right foot to the left groin area, the inside of the inner thigh. Janu Sirsasana A, 5 breaths, keeping the torso in line with the extended leg. So it's a little bit of twist, a little bit of a fold. And finding that edge, focusing on internal sensations. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bringing the opposite leg forward. Bending the opposite knee, bringing the opposite leg into the inner groin area. Inhale, coming up. And bringing the right foot in. This time you want to bring the heel so that it's pressing against the perineum. And then the rest of the foot will be tucked under the left leg. Janu Sirsasana B. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, opposite side. So again, you're just tucking that foot a little bit further under and applying a little bit of pressure to the perineum. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, coming up. And then we're going to bring the right leg into the chest. Marichyasana, twist here, spinal twist. Twisting to the right side, using the left elbow against the right leg, against the right knee for some leverage. Twisting the head and neck glass, don't strain. And release. Bending the opposite leg, twisting to the side. Release. And coming down onto the floor for our closing sequence. So we're going to be lifting the hips, bringing the hands under the hips, shoulder stand. Don't move your head or neck. When you're in this posture, there's a lot of weight coming down, so you don't want to strain your head or neck. Keep it still. Keep your breath steady. Listen to your body. Exhale, release. The legs over the head, interlacing the fingers, coming onto the shoulders, plow pose. Exhale the knees to the side of each ear. And then Padmasana, lotus posture. Hands on the knees, supporting the knees, keeping the spine elongated. Lowering to the floor while maintaining Padmasana. Just squeezing the knees towards the head. Slowly releasing towards the floor, maintaining Padmasana, using the hands for support, coming to the top of the head, grabbing each toe. And then releasing the legs, extending the arms, 5 breaths. Coming up, going into headstand, Sirsasana. Oh no, I'm sorry. There we go. Going into headstand, Sirsasana, the king of all asana. So coming onto our forearms, kind of cupping your head, interlacing your fingers. Taking a minute to center yourself, finding your balance, coming onto the toes. Taking a few breaths here. And when you're ready, kicking up. Or you can slowly bring your legs up. That does take quite a bit of core strength, so do what works for you. Bringing the legs down together. And then just doing one little last final forward fold. Paschimottanasana. Inhale, coming up. Coming to a seated Padmasana. You could do a half Padmasana or just easy pose. So if that suits you better, grabbing each elbow, the opposite hand. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, forward fold. If you're able and have that flexibility in your shoulders to bring each hand all the way around and grab the opposite foot, that's actually where you're supposed to bind your hand. to the foot, grasping the big toes, but I don't have that amount of flexibility in my shoulders. But if you're able to, otherwise, just grab each elbow. Inhale, coming up. Taking a few more breaths here in a seated meditation before we go into Shavasana. And then coming down onto our last pose for the day. We're just bringing our hands to each side, fingers facing forward, lifting off the floor, keeping the knees up, 5 breaths. And slowly coming down to relaxation, integrating the asana practice, taking some full deep breaths, feeling the rise and fall of the abdomen, the ebb and the flow like the tides. Making any last minute adjustments to be fully comfortable so you can release and relax. Feeling yourself supported by the earth. Allowing yourself to be in the present moment. And honoring your body. The gifts that it brings. And just doing a quick body scan. Toes and feet, ankles, the shins and the calves, front and back of the knees, front and back of the thighs. Relaxing the sacrum, the hips, your lower abdomen and your lower back. Feeling the chest expand and release. Relaxing the shoulders, each arm, head and neck, front of the face, top of the head. Fully relaxing. And bringing ourselves back to the moment, coming onto our side when we're ready. Taking a few last breaths and coming up. Thank you. Namaste.